What's up guys, Kris Gethin here in my garage hitting cardio for the second time today. This morning I hit a swim, just 1500 meters on the watch, but because my Garmin doesn't measure if I'm using the kickboard, I think it's about 1800 meters that I did this morning. And here I am hitting cardio again, this time on my watt bike in my garage, which I thought was an appropriate time for me to talk to you about getting motivated to go to the gym. We're all human. There's days that it's dark, it's cold, it's wet like it is outside, it's early in the morning. It's so easy, especially during the winter months as we're approaching now, or fall I should say, for us to kind of stay within the confines of the comforts, the creature comforts of our own home, and give in to complacency and comfort. Why not? You know, who wants to get out of their comfort zone? Well, some of us do, but not all the time. So how do you overcome that? Well, number one, what is your why? Why did you begin exercising in the first place? Was it to compete on stage? Was it to be a competitive athlete in another sort of genre apart from bodybuilding? Was it to improve your heart health, your cholesterol, improve your immune system, your bone density, your joint mobility? Or was it there to be fit and inspire your kids, your grandkids, be attractive to your partner, your spouse, whatever it may be? There's a lot of reasons that it can come down to. Everybody's different. You know, some people are hell-bent on doing it for others, to prove other people wrong. Some people like to run their mouth and then back it up. Everybody's different. So just to give you an example, for me, it was to alleviate myself from back pain that I'd suffered from racing motocross for 11 years. If you look at the scans that I have an immense curvature of the spine. I shouldn't be squatting. I shouldn't be, well, if you look at my scans, you don't think that I should be squatting or shrugging any heavy kind of weight. And, you know, I went to chiropractors, osteopaths, massage therapy, you name it. And it was actually physiotherapy and weight training, resistance training, that alleviated me of the pain that I was suffering from. So strengthening up the back muscles helped align my spine, or take the pressure off my spine, I should say. So I was alleviated of that pain. When I was alleviated of that pain, I was alleviated of the depression that accompanied it. And then I was alleviated of the weight gain, the fat gain that had accompanied that as well. So then I started to get a bit of an endorphin rush from my weight training. Part of the endorphin rush that I was missing from racing motocross and extreme sports. So then I decided, okay, this is very therapeutic for me. I need this in the morning, much like a toy or a machine needs its AA batteries. So then it became more of a necessity rather than anything else. And it's very therapeutic for me. So I'd say it's a little bit easier for me to stay motivated more than anything. But if I was to suggest something, if you remind yourself of your why you started in the beginning, realign yourself and remind yourself and look at the reason why you started in the beginning. Then write down your pros and the cons from actually getting to the gym, exercising first thing in the morning, when you're lacking in sleep, when your schedule tells you you can't, when social gatherings try to get in the way. So what are the pros? Well, the pros are everything that I just mentioned before. You're going to feel better. You could have a potential endorphin rush. You'll have better heart health. You'll have a better immune system. You can ward off potential disease and viruses. You're going to look more attractive. You're going to have full residency of your body. You can improve the blood flow to your brain, so you could be up to 20% smarter. If you think of all these benefits, then look at the cons. What are the cons of exercises? Okay, you can attend more social gatherings possibly. You can please others for the suffering of your own happiness, which really doesn't make sense, because obviously if you put yourself first, you're going to be better off serving others. So it's something that you should kind of navigate and remind yourself of the importance of having a structure of consistency. Because when you're more structured with your exercise, with your meals, with your supplementation, you're going to be more disciplined and structured with your family life, with your career, with your children, with everybody around you. And you're going to feel a little bit more organized and in control of yourself and your surroundings. So you're not as haphazard, like, God forbid, hate to think what I'd be like if I hadn't found this. Not for the respect of my health, but the mental control or the loss of control that I was starting to experience before I actually found the gym and exercise. So, these are all things that you can kind of remind yourself of. Those times that you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you know what? The hardest bit is getting to the gym. When you get there and you get that fix, you get those AA batteries, you get the energy, you get the endorphin rush, you get the blood flow to your brain, you're gonna feel more alert. Like, it's very easy to hit the snooze button in the morning because you believe you need more sleep. And you know what? You can feel kind of drowsy and lethargic and tired all day. However, if you sacrifice that hour and get to the gym, get the blood flow to your brain, get the blood flow around your body, which will better transport the nutrients and assimilate your food, which can be used as an energy source, guess what? You're gonna have more energy throughout the day. The only way that I get shit done by exercising, preparing now for, obviously, just did my Ironman, now possibly preparing for an ultra marathon, whilst still evolving my body through bodybuilding and running several businesses. It's because of all of this right here, because I commit myself. I don't allow my gym workouts and my exercise and my meals to wrap around anything else. Everything else has to wrap around my meals and my exercise. This is my time. Thankfully, for social networking and these phones, I'm able to provide a little bit more benefit to my time and allow it to be a little bit of your time, where hopefully I can educate and inspire just a couple of you, maybe. Hopefully, fingers crossed, even if it's just one of you, then you give me the accountability to actually exercise now, which, hey, selflessly, that's great, and I thank you for that. Before, I needed bodybuilding shows to provide that accountability, so I competed for 11 years, and having a bodybuilding show, even though I didn't really enjoy the process of tanning, the carb and fluid manipulation and the hair removal and the posing and all that bullshit, wasn't for me. It provided great accountability and motivation for me to focus on something every single year. So then when I started to get a little bit of a following, people started reading my books, buying my books, attending my seminars, watching my video series. You guys became my motivation and my accountability, so I didn't need to compete anymore. So you guys provide that to me every single day, especially for the people that tell me that something can't be done. When they tell me, hey, you can't burn fat and build muscle, guess what? I'm gonna fucking do it. Tell me I can't do an Ironman and look like a bodybuilder within 6 months, guess what? I'm gonna fucking do it. Now people are telling me that I couldn't do an ultra marathon. It takes a lot more dedication and training than an Ironman does, so guess what? I'm gonna fucking do it, you know? So that motivates me as well. So even though people say that you shouldn't use the negativity as a form of motivation, why not? It works for me. So you just gotta find what works for you. What is your why, and remind yourself. I'll answer some questions here. Robbie, that was me too, hard ass factory work, 8 to 10 hours a day. Yeah, guys, so When I started bodybuilding, I was working on a builder's site. I was a builder's as a floorman or groundsman labourer, and I would work 12-hour shifts throughout the winter. It was terrible in Wales. And then I was working in an aluminum or aluminium, wherever you are in the UK maybe, or Europe, factory, and I would do 12-hour shifts there. And the worst thing for that, I was doing 6 in the morning till 6 in the evening one week, and then the following week I'd do 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning. And that shift I absolutely hated. But one thing is for sure, I kept with my bodybuilding sessions. I didn't miss them at all. Thanks for the motivation, Kris. Got to get my ass up to the gym now. Good. Kris, will it affect gains if I go on a resistance training for 45 weeks? What do I do in resistance training? I don't understand will it affect your gains? I don't really understand that question. I've lived by your quote, control your environment, don't get controlled by it. Thank you, Shelby. Hey Kris, I want to thank you. Just got done with the 8-week video trainer. Thanks to you, 2 pounds of muscle and shredded out. Thank you, awesome Hunter. Thanks for the content, Beast, for putting on size, 12-week muscle builder or man of iron. Specifically for putting on size, 12-week muscle builder. How important is healthy sex life with say 8-week trainer or DTP? It doesn't matter if you have a sex life or not, that's entirely up to you, that's your prerogative. Probably help you get leaner. Kris, your video trainers motivated me to go to the gym and now stay strong. Thank you, Joa Roberto. That a boy with the live, good running into you at XS. Thank you, Dean, I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, XS was a good time. And it's good to actually come back and detox a little. Have I got any more questions here? Do you know what I've got to look forward to after this? A healthy, high-protein pizza. Any program for cutting, Kris? Yeah, either use my 4 weeks to shred or the 8-week hardcore video trainer. Best superfood powder. I don't know about superfood. You mean greens? Are you booked to come to Colorado Vitamin Shop? No, I'm not. Thank you for healthy, effective supplements. My pleasure, thank you. Yes, greens. There's a fermented greens that I'm using. I can't remember the name of it though. If Sunshine comes in here now, I'll ask her to grab it. I always use fermented product if possible. I'm joining you for the Punjab event. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Cage Muscle is the best. Thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate your loyalty for quality. With your training videos and a little drive on my part, I was able to cut from 297 pounds to 205. Fell in love with bodybuilding and enjoying a healthier lifestyle. Thanks. Thank you, Robert. I really appreciate you following the plan and obviously living up to your vision. Does size become an obstacle for one's own effort when competing in an Ironman? Of course it does. It's not efficient. I utilize a lot more food, calories, than the general person. So when I'm out riding with a couple of other people that are a lot lighter than me, that are very good triathletes, they'll generally have around 200 calories an hour. I find myself eating about 500 calories an hour. I drink a lot more fluid, and when I'm cycling or running up hills, I use an extra 6 watts of power, even on a very small 2% grade. FYI, don't try the pre-caged without water. Yeah, I'm coming to the USA soon in 2018, and I have one wish to meet you, Kris, and one day from India. Well, I'll be coming to India. Please repeat, transmission broke down. Sorry, I missed out. I don't understand, I don't know what your question was, sorry. Enjoying the Man of Iron series, Kris, very motivational. Thank you. great. I'm glad you like it. Also, thanks for your inspiration and your work. My dad was able to go from 335 pounds to 225 in 9 months. Wow, 110 pounds in 9 months. That's great. Thank you. Food allergy test, worth it? Yes, definitely. Hoping to see you in Toronto this Saturday. You shall indeed. I'm gonna probably put out the time and the location. It'll be this coming Saturday, probably about 11 o'clock in the morning, but I'll put out the location soon. The size becoming an obstacle for Ironman. Yes, it is an obstacle, of course. Muscle is not efficient. We use a lot more calories. The weight uses up a lot more wattage, even on small 2% inclines. But it's not all about winning. Killer Stash, I gotta say, thank you. Currently running a second circuit of the 8-week. My wife is running the Man of Iron series. Have you given any thought of putting a full-on cooking show site together? No, I'm not a very good cook. Is 220 age an accurate number for your max heart rate, according to you? Yes, minus your age. What's one thing you do for yourself when you hit a rut, either mentally or physically, with bodybuilding fitness? Mentally, as I just said, I always go back to my why, write out the pros and cons of why I'm doing this. The pros always outweigh the cons. And physically, I'll always change my rep range, my workout days, my sets, the body parts that I prioritize. Sometimes I'll eat a lot more calories on the weaker body parts. My supplementation obviously is very, very clean, and it comes down to the timing of my supplements. Can we sign up for the 12-week to shred after the start date? Yes, the 12 weeks to shred, yes, you can. Did you on purpose lose size for the Ironman? Lose it? I put on size. I put on size. I put on nearly 2 pounds of muscle, and I lost 3.8 pounds of fat. Can I take clean burn instead of Yahimbi? Yes, you can. Can you tell me something on everyday squats? Yeah, I wouldn't do everyday squats. Been taking pre-cage supplements every day since January, and I'm down at 70 pounds and lost 20% body fat. Wow, that's awesome, Cody. Congratulations. Thank you very much for devoting yourself to quality. Makes a difference, doesn't it? A lot of people say, well, supplements don't work. Yeah, because you've been taking shitty supplements. What goes through your mind when you want to quit during a workout? The reason why I started, and thankfully I have a platform of people relying upon me now, you know. It's like business, you know, a lot of people can decide to lay down and do nothing with their lives. Well, think to yourself, you've only got one life and it could be over tomorrow, so why don't you take advantage today and live it as if it's your last? All right, guys, I'm gonna knock this out now. I'm gonna finish. So thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully this video has helped you. If you do have any more questions, you may ask them below, and you can like this video, comment, and subscribe. So thank you very much. I appreciate you.